Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Sometimes I like to spit some game. Every once in a while, I just like to tell some stories. So let's get right into it. I'll talk about the time that I went to Egypt for the Millennium party. This was the year 2000, the Millennium. This was Y2K. You know, everybody had this fear that the airplanes were going to drop out of the skies, the fucking computers were going to stop working. It was this end of the world kind of fucking fear that everybody was going through. Obviously didn't happen. I was in Egypt for the New Year's. It's an expensive trip. The whole point of the trip was to go and spend New Year's Eve at the pyramids. The party at the pyramids is what it was called for the Millennium. And it was supposed to be Pink Floyd and a bunch of bands. Big festival. 20 bands, whatever. Went all day, all weekend probably. We were there for just the one day, but we were in Egypt for 3 weeks. Spent about 3 weeks in Israel, and then about 3 weeks in Jordan. So those three different countries. Jordan was the best of the three. I highly recommend Jordan. It's really fascinating place, beautiful landscape. I like Jordan. Egypt was dirty. Cairo, well, that's where most of the action is. Big city. Dirty. There's adventure to be had, and there's all kinds of interesting things to see. And of course, that's where the pyramids are next door in Giza, the town next door. We stayed at the Mina House Oberoi, Palace at the Pyramids, which is right across the street from the pyramids. In fact, when I opened the blinds in my hotel room and looked out the balcony, fucking main pyramid is right there, right there, right there. Palm trees in front of it and some stuff, but it was just massive. It was pretty crazy. Expensive as shit. There was a VIP section set up for the hotels. There's several luxury hotels that had a VIP section with tents. Each one had their own tent. And I guess you had to pay to get in, but since we were at the Mena House Oberoi, that's one of the most expensive hotels in all of Egypt. We had passes to go in and out of any of the hotel tents. And that was kind of up on a hill that overlooked the pyramid and the stage, and the rest of the concert goers were below. So as we looked out from the tents, you see the pyramids and you see 65,000 fucking people, and big festival, and vendors and all that kind of stuff. We were kind of up on a hill. It was kind of foggy that night. And to get from the hotel up to where the VIP section was, we had to take a shuttle. Some people were taking limos, but we didn't have the money for the limo. We just figured, let's just take the shuttle. Easy enough. It's free. I had been sick. It's a whole other story I don't want to get into, but I had been sick as a dog. This was my first night that I felt good. And I was willing to venture out of the hotel room and go and have some fun. This is why I fucking came to Egypt. I'm not missing this shit. I want to go see Pink Floyd and this whole concert. Being sick was really a drag, but I was feeling good. And we took the shuttle up this windy hill to get to the VIP tent area. And it's black tie. You got to dress up real nice. As we're winding up the hill through the fog, there was these signs, like wooden signs, that were like little miniature billboards, pretty big signs, but not as big as a billboard you might see along the highway, obviously, not that big. But they could be 6 foot long sign by 4 feet high, something like that. I don't know. They were all white. Every one of them. They were placed like every 30 feet. So they really littered the fucking road as we wound up that narrow road up to the tents. And each sign said in blue letters, Sky. My name, S-K-Y. And I was just like, that's weird, man. And as we creep up the hill through the fog, sorry, I kicked the table. Another sign would reveal itself, just one after another, after another, after another, with my name, Sky, 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 Sky. I was like, this is fucking weird, man. I asked the driver of the shuttle, the Arab dude, and they all speak English over there. I was just like, what the hell's with these signs, man? And he was just like, what? It's a cell phone company, SkyTel. News to me. I'd never heard of it. But I just thought it was weird since it's my name. But it felt like I was being welcomed to the party. And that's what I kind of joked about. And I was like, well, somebody knows I'm coming. We'll see what's at the top of this fucking hill. Get to the top of the hill, and the fucking tent area the tents are massive. And inside each tent, we went into the Manor House Oberoi tent first, because there was a big luxury dinner. That's part of the tickets. And they got 5-star restaurant, all that shit. They seat you at tables with other people. You don't really have a choice. You go in there and they seat you wherever they're gonna seat you. You can't tell them, I don't want to sit here. I don't like the way that motherfucker looks. Too bad. You're sitting at that table. They sit us at this big round table with another family. And I got my family with me and the other family. And I was this was year 2000, so I was, 29, I guess. The family that was with us, the other family, they were from Kansas. And they were like farmer people, but rich farmers. Very rich farmers. But they had this wholesomeness that I wasn't used to being around city folk. Especially being from Los Angeles. And they had this kind of innocence and naivete. I don't know. It was just, it was cute. And they had the mom, the dad, daughter, and a couple little kids. The daughter was like 18 or 19, about 10 years younger than I was at the time. She was real pretty, blonde, beautiful. The mom was also blonde and beautiful, but older. Big fake tits on the mom, and the mom was wearing this fucking diamond brooch, this pendant on a necklace, this diamond fucking necklace. Oh my God. The size of a goddamn watermelon is what it looked like to me. I mean, it was with all seriousness, probably about this big. Big fucking thing. I don't know what a diamond that big is worth, but the thing was massive. I thought it was probably fake. That was my first thing. I whispered to one of my friends that I'm with at the table, family I should say, what do you think that fucking necklace is worth? You think that's real or not? And she was dead set that it was real. I didn't think it was real, but she said that's real. It's got to be worth hundreds of thousands. It's highly inappropriate for her to even wear that. She's stupid to be wearing that. I mean, we're in a very secure area. They got military guys out front with machine guns, but still, who wears that kind of shit out in public? It'd be crazy. I sat like Gollum, drooling on this fucking necklace for the entire night, with trying to figure out how to steal it. I'm gonna take that motherfucker. Somehow I'm getting that necklace. That's gotta be worth 10 million. I don't know. My fantasies, I'm gonna go home with that necklace. I never figured it out. The daughter, the hot daughter, she sat right next to me. She sat the entire time staring at me. I'm eating my meal, talking to people, we're socializing at the table. The daughter sat there the whole time, like a creepy robot, just staring at me. Like just, I'd look over and she'd just be with her eyes right on me. She must have been infatuated by me or something, or plotting to kill me. I don't know. She didn't talk much. But her name was Sky. My same name. So we all kind of joked about that. I thought it was weird because this is the second coincidence now with the name Sky. Those signs. Now this weird, creepy robot chick who doesn't talk and just sits there staring at me. Finally, the concert happens, and we all go out to that deck area. Looks out to the pyramids. They go through the concert announcements, and it turns out that Pink Floyd couldn't show up. Pink Floyd didn't they didn't even get into the country. They weren't even in Egypt. They didn't show. Pink Floyd was a no-show. So they scheduled somebody else. They quickly found somebody else as a replacement. This French composer who does electronic computer music, like synthesizer kind of music. And his name was Jean-Michel Jarre. You can Google him. You can put him on YouTube, find him. And it's kind of trippy music. Good to smoke a bunch of pot to and listen to or whatever. Take acid or something or mushrooms and listen to that shit. Real trippy shit. And that's who was the headliner. And he has a laser show. So he's going to play his, it was like a laser, what do you call it? Like a classical concert with 4 parts, like 4 arias. And have a laser show that corresponds with them. And they were broken up into 4 parts that had the titles of Earth, Wind, Fire, and Sky. Yet another fucking weird coincidence with my name, and they have laser lights. And as he's playing his computer crap, this trippy music, which is rather boring to me, but it is what it is. I came this way to this distance and paid all this money to see Pink fucking Floyd, but whatever, I'm gonna watch this French motherfucker on his computer. But they had a laser show on the pyramid, flashing on the pyramid. And during the wind section, it would say wind in laser letters, and then fire in laser letters. And then fucking, it was right about midnight. I'm standing right next to this creepy sky chick, who is pretty, but man, it was just so strange. And the entire time, she just sat there. We're sitting there watching the concert. Everybody's watching the concert, not her. She's just sitting there staring right at me, like a weirdo. And they flashed my name in big laser letters across the main pyramid in Egypt. The big pyramid, the most historical landmark on this goddamn planet. My name, S-K-Y. And he's playing his little weird music, and he's really going for it, because it's like the climax of the whole thing. It turns midnight, we have the countdown, and you can hear him counting down. They pass out glasses of champagne. We all got champagne in our fucking hands all of a sudden. I had 2 glasses. And if I had 4 arms, I would have had 2 more glasses. And the Kansas chick, the Kansas family, with the robot chick standing next to me, they all start chanting Sky, because both of us are here, and their daughter, and whatever, and the name on the pyramid. There's all this fucking sky, and the signs on the fucking road. I'm overwhelmed with skies, and they're chanting Sky, Sky, Sky. And I'm just looking around at this whole scene, and I'm just like, man, this is some weird shit. And here I am in Egypt, and there's all this fucking weird sky coincidence shit going on. I felt like this was something like out of the Matrix. This was some weird shit. And I had never could figure out what it was all about, what the message was. But it definitely felt special that night. Just wanted to talk about coincidences and how sometimes shit happens that it just feels like there's more. There's more to what's going on. Thanks for watching.